everybody, my name is Alexander Napoli. Welcome to Health by Napoli, where we only cook healthy food that doesn't suck. I probably couldn't have said that any faster if I tried. What we are working with today is mangoes, quinoa, bell pepper, carrot, red onion, avocado, cucumber, jalapeno, citrus, garbanzo beans, also known as chickpeas, and cilantro. So naturally, we are going to be making a dope-ass quinoa salad. It's a really delicious recipe, so let's dig in. Okay, so my general plan with most salads is to start with the onion and kind of the flavors that need to be marinated a little bit, because you want the flavors to be in there, but you don't want them to be so powerful that they overwhelm everything else. So I'm gonna start with the red onion, just a little bit less than half of the whole onion. Very finely chop up your red onion. Because it's a salad, you definitely don't want really big chunks in here. Okay, so this goes directly into the bowl, and then we're gonna take our lemon and lime juice and start to get it marinating. So just fresh lime juice, squeeze it in. So I'm gonna do the juice of 2 whole limes and 1 lemon. Why? I don't know, because that's what I decided 1 second ago. Squeezing the limes. When you're rolling out citrus, it's nice to kind of like actually roll it before you cut it, and then the juice will flow freer. Free flowing juices. The lemons definitely have seeds, so be careful for those. Okay, so now our onions are really nicely in the citrus. So that just is gonna help kind of bring out some of the flavor, kind of mellow it out a little bit. So by adding the citrus at the beginning, you're really helping bring that sweetness out. Next up, we're gonna get into the jalapeno because we want it marinating in the juices also. The hottest part of the jalapeno is the seeds. So if you just take the top off of it and then kind of like squeeze it and roll it, a lot of the seeds just kind of fall out naturally. If you're not a person who likes spicy, you can for sure just skip the jalapeno altogether. So I'm just gonna cut this up nice and small. Plus the sweetness of the mango, I feel like a little bit of hot, a little bit of spicy is kind of a really nice combination. So I want to chop these really fine, so I'm gonna go through it with my knife in kind of like a back and forth motion. Okay, and I'm gonna be a weirdo and not touch it at all with my fingers, because that's how you get jalapeno eye. And there is nothing worse than jalapeno eye. You could have jalapeno other parts of your body that would suck. Okay, so again, let's just get this mixing up in our lime and lemon juice. Okay, now it doesn't really matter what order you go in, so I'm just gonna continue with the cucumber. This one I think is called a Persian cucumber, and so it doesn't have that really seedy core that others have. If you think the skin is a bit bitter, you can peel the outside of the skin, obviously. So just kind of slicing the cucumber into like, I don't know, 1/8 or something like that. Like I don't know. Slicing it lengthwise into smaller pieces and then dicing it across into the bowl. Next up, we have a bell pepper. A really easy way to cut into a bell pepper. Cut the bottom off and then cut the top off. Now, obviously, we have the core of the pepper here. So all you have to do is make 1 slight incision in the pepper and then kind of go around the sides. And then when you get to this last one, now you've cut out the entire core, but all the seeds are intact. You haven't made a big, huge mess. And now you have this nice long piece of pepper that you can cut that way and then chop up nice and small. You can use any kind of pepper, any colored pepper. I thought orange would be nice because it's a bit of a sweeter pepper, and also because the color will be really nice. Did you know that all peppers are the same kind of pepper, like orange and red and yellow, but it's just like different stages of maturity? What color pepper are you in your life? Let me know in the comments below. I think green is the youngest, and then it would go from green to red to orange to yellow. So then you take the 2 bits that were left over from the top and the bottom of the pepper and just slice them up into cubes. Into the bowl. Next up we have our carrot. I bought pre-shredded carrot. Sometimes it's okay to buy pre-chopped veg, guys. It's not cheating, okay? Next up we have our mangoes. So when you're picking out a mango, they will ripen on your counter, but I didn't have time for that business, so I decided to get these mangoes instead. These are called Alfonso mangoes, and they are considered to be among the most superior varieties of fruit in terms of sweetness and richness of flavor. Win! Straight down the middle. There is a pit in it, but it's smaller and easier to manage than the pit of a regular mango. Then we have our little trick here that I've showed you in other videos, where you take the lip of a cup and you slide it along the inside of the skin. So then it takes the whole mango out of the skin. Now, because we're making a mango salad, what I'm gonna do with this is just kind of squeeze it into the bowl. So that's gonna give us a lot of really great flavor. All right, so then just take out the little core that's gonna be hard to eat and chew. Really simple. You can see it and you can feel where it's rough. And then let's just chop this into chunks. Yes! I feel like my favorite part of cooking is when you get really dirty, because it's like playing in the mud when you're a kid, but it's like playing with your food, which is like all the things that you're never allowed to do. When you're an adult and you're at home by yourself, you can do whatever you want. That's the other fun thing about cooking for yourself at home. It doesn't really matter if you're doing it wrong. It's just for fun. Okay, we just have a very few ingredients left to go and then we will be done and mixing up our salad. Garbanzo beans, chickpeas, delicious, high in fiber, and oh so good. I've drained these, I've rinsed these. I'm adding them. Now we have our beautiful bunch of cilantro. I have thoroughly washed this because cilantro can get really kind of dirty in the store and like dusty, so you really want to make sure that you rinse it, you soak it, you give it some good time, you have like a nice beautiful bath with your cilantro. And so then I'm just gonna chop it up. I'm gonna use the whole bunch of cilantro because I love it. Oh my god, this smells so good. I know some people don't like cilantro. If you wanted to use parsley, you could definitely use parsley. If you are gonna use parsley, probably don't use as much. I feel like cilantro is a much, I don't know, easier herb to kind of incorporate. You could also use like spinach. You know, some people just really effing hate cilantro, so do whatever you want. All right guys, we are in the home stretch. I'm gonna take this avocado, I'm gonna cut it in half, go all the way around the pit very carefully, peel it apart. Ooh, it's beautiful. I love it when that happens. Okay, so I'm gonna gently kind of like spoon this out so that I can have the entire avocado in my hand, flip it onto the cutting block. Did you hear that sound? That was really fun. And then I'm just gonna chop this into chunks. I can't believe how perfect this avocado is. That's another reason why we want all the citrus in here, because that's gonna keep the avocado nice and green and fresh so it doesn't oxidize. Now we are gonna add our quinoa. So this is already cooked quinoa, and this is actually cold. But if you just made it, that's cool. Just let it like hang out while you're making everything else, and then try to let it cool off a bit before you add it so that you don't wilt your greens or anything like that. Okay, so now it's super easy. Let's just dress this up a little bit. We've got some sea salt, like, you know, a good amount. I like things a little bit salty, maybe a little bit too salty. And then we've got some pepper, adding that in. Let's do a nice drizzle of olive oil. And then for vinegar, you could use apple cider vinegar, you could use red wine vinegar, you could use white wine vinegar. I happen to own balsamic. I own it, but I can't open it. Okay. Ooh. So just give this a nice little dollop and then mix it all together. This is so bright and colorful. Okay, so once it's all mixed and incorporated, just have a taste test and decide if you want a little bit more dressing. For me, that is perfect just the way it is. I have like a little bit of heat from the jalapeno. Everything is just perfectly seasoned. This is so good. Yum! Look how beautiful this salad is. We're all done. We have this beautiful summer mango tropical quinoa salad. It was so easy. The main thing is just chopping everything up. It's freaking dope. You're gonna love it. If you do, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. I can't stop. I can't stop myself.